she works in our local town, and I thought, oh, that's another one I could invite to my next launch. So yeah, so you never know what might come from that. So yeah, excited to have a new customer like Sarana.
Yeah, see what I mean? It makes you feel good to have someone who's giving you a positive response to your products. And because of your knowledge, you immediately thought, no, we don't have lavender pillows, but we do have lavender oil, lavender essence, I should call it. And as we know, even the smallest customer can lead you to a new business owner as well. Anne?
I've found doing the power hours regularly been really useful.
I agree.
I've got a new gel drinker, and I've got somebody who's looking at the business going to the BP on Wednesday, Adam's BP.
That's good, because I'm speaking on it.
Good. And just possibly a tip for people, I went to the local village magazines online, and I downloaded all the people, made a note of all the people who advertised. And when I was on the last Power Hour, I messaged 6 of them, and 5 of them replied within probably half an hour. And I think 3 of them wanted to see the video. So I'm amazed that I've got so much positive response from people who are already running other businesses.
Yeah, that's brilliant though, isn't it, Anne?
Which may be worth exploring with you guys too, with local villages and things.
It's really interesting because something's going weird with the recording, and that's really interesting, Anne, because I am going to share something in a minute about local things too, because I think we're missing a trick a little bit, and it's certainly something that I picked up on. So you picked up on that because you were part of the Power Hour, and then you went into action, sent messages, and got 5 responses straight back. I mean, that's brilliant, isn't it?
I didn't expect it from people who are already running businesses, but then some businesses are probably in trouble.
Yeah, and some business owners will recognize helping others will, ultimately help them too. And something else happened this morning. The brand new company One-to-One was launched. Now, this is essentially to be done in just 10 minutes. And it's really just to establish interest for an online business presentation, which is essentially what Anne has now got someone going to on Wednesday. Jane did a training at 10:30 this morning on
Excuse me, Claire. Sorry, could everyone else mute themselves because we're getting some feedback?
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
I was getting my end and I didn't know why.
Yeah, if we all mute ourselves while Claire's talking, then that should work, I hope. Thank you.
Brilliant. Thanks, Janie. Thanks for that's so much better. Okay, so Jane this morning talked through the brand new One-to-One. So I thought what I would do, we will go through this in more detail, but I think, Anne, you mentioned in Global Superstars, what's the best way to share this? Well, the best way to share this is on Zoom, because then you're in control of it and you can download the slides. So I'm just going to show you something around that first, and then maybe we can do a bit more on it next week, like the psychology behind doing it in 10 minutes and some key phrases to say, which I certainly picked up from Jane. So let me see if I stop sharing and pick up the slides. Bear with. Can you all see that?
I can see scheduling made easy.
Oh, how bizarre. Hang on, let's come out of that then. I probably have done something bizarre to my screen. It's because I stopped screen sharing, isn't I? So I should be able to just pull that up. Okay, can you all see that? Yep, thumbs up, perfect. Okay, so it is literally, as you can see, it's 10 slides. So I'm not going to go through it in detail this evening because I want to think about it properly and put it into bite-sized chunks for you. But these slides are on Global Superstars, so you can download the slides onto your laptop. It's titled The New One-to-One, or if you just put in One-to-One, it will bring it up for you. I think Janie's also put the Forever Knowledge link up because you can download it from there too. And I'm sure the video of Jane explaining it will be up soon, possibly towards the end of the week, but it was really good. Did anybody see that? Just give me a quick hands up if you did. Yeah, I know. So brilliant. Janie, and myself and Sue were all on that. But it was really, really useful. So here's the first slide. So the first slide essentially is where you would share your story with someone and your enthusiasm. This is the slide where you would go through what Forever has given you personally, and look into what someone else could find with our opportunity. You talk a little bit about the fact that Forever is family owned, family run, cash rich, the sort of things you would see in a business presentation. You look at why we chose aloe vera. So what you're doing is going through this is you're sharing with someone the kind of exceptionalness, if that's a word, of the company and the quality of our products, and you're sharing a bit of you. I think there's a bit more review that will be in this 10-minute presentation. And what's the one thing we know people want? People buy you. So I think that's why I really like the feel of this presentation from what Jane was saying, because it's much more, you can make it more personal, and I think that's absolutely key. Obviously you talk about the key products, but this very much, it's, as Jane said, it's a 10-minute presentation. You don't need any longer than that, because it's really a lead for you to invite someone to a business presentation for more information. You let them know what the income opportunities are, so an extra £200 to £400 a month from working with the products, and particularly if people have been furloughed or are still concerned about our current country situation, this can make a big difference to our household income. The next income level up is also, is about using the product, sharing the products, and showing the business. There's a personal example that you can use. This is Philo, who is based in London, and her background was as a lawyer, but she's now full-time in Forever and has a business that crosses a few continents and a really solid, stable income. And that's the important thing. It's about having the money to be free to do what you want to do. And then, there's an opportunity to say it doesn't stop there. So you would pick on some of these, whether it's that you really want to get home that this is a simple online business, because most of it is online now. It's flexible. You'd get one-to-one mentoring from, well, you'd say me, because you're doing the presentation, and perhaps touch on some of the the exciting extras that we've enjoyed as a team. So whether that's, the car plan or chairman's bonus or global travel. And a big key one that they've made a bit more of this time is the fact that it's willable. And I think I remember the particular line Jane used, and I just thought that is so clever. I think it is something like, I can't remember the line now, but it was so good about a legacy, but it wasn't using that word legacy. This is a business that will succeed us. In other words, it's a business income that will succeed you, because you're able to pass that on to your children or those that you care about when you're no longer here. And I just thought it was much more nicely placed, if that makes sense. Next slide. And then you talk about it's attractive to different sorts of people. And then you would wrap it up by saying, if you'd like to know more, the next step is. I've done that really quickly, only because I just wanted to show you what the slides look like, but do download them from Global Superstars or from foreverknowledge.info. And then we could do a practice one or talk about the psychology and give you some key phrases next week if you'd like that. Would that be useful? Yeah, you like the idea of that? Okay.
Do you want me to convert it to a PowerPoint, because it's in PDF, which means it's a scrolling?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Or do you think it's all right like that, because you can never make it quite fit on your screen, or does it?
Yeah,
well, I can't use the PowerPoint. That's my problem. That's what I wanted to ask you, how I could do it.
Can you use a PDF, Anne?
I don't know. I can find out.
Well, if you try, I tell you what you do is you download it from Global Superstars, the actual, which is a PDF, and then you would save it as a file on your desktop, is it, or your laptop?
Yeah.
And as long as you can save it as a file on your desktop or your laptop, you would be able to use that as a visual, because you'll be able to share your screen with whoever you're doing the one-to-one with. Because I think I remember you saying, Anne, that, let me just take that down out of the way. I remember you saying, you wanted to know how to do it from a practical point of view. Well,
yeah,
it's pretty much what you're doing now, what we're doing now, I should say. In that, what you did to come onto this Zoom tonight was I sent you a link, or it's a recurring link in Global Superstars, and all you needed to do was click on it.
Yeah.
So this is all you will need to do with whoever you want to share the one-to-one with. But that means step one is that you download Zoom. So you just Google Zoom and download that onto your desktop or your laptop. It's always best to do it on a desktop or a laptop. It doesn't work so well on your phone. Although you can watch things on your phone, you can't run things from your phone. So download Zoom. You can download Zoom for free. And when you're only wanting to do, with a couple of people or even 3 or 4 people, the free one is fine. The one I use is that you do pay for, but that means I can do meetings to up to 100 or 150 people. But you don't need that when you're just doing it for one-to-one. So download the free one. The middle screen you can see there, that is once you've downloaded Zoom, which is the screen you can see on your left-hand side, you would simply press the button that says schedule. And then that will bring up the screen that you can see in the meeting in the middle. So I just did this one as a test one to show you. So the topic is the title. So you could say one-to-one with Janie, if that's what you're doing. Date and time is you're scheduling the date and time that you want to do it. So if you wanted to do it on Wednesday at 10 o'clock with Janie, you simply put that in. You can either have it says meeting ID. I mean, you can have a personal one, which is a reoccurring one. It doesn't really mean anything. This is just how it identifies itself in the system. So I would just go for generate automatically. You can have a passcode, but I usually untick that. So you can see where it's blue and it's got a tick in the middle. If you click that with your mouse, it will untick it. So you don't need a passcode. But you will have to have a waiting room. So leave that one on. Make sure it says host video on, participants on, telephone and computer audio. You would click save. And then the one on the right is what you will then see. So you then have a meeting link. So you would simply copy and paste that and send it to them.
Yeah, and I know all.
You know that bit?
I know that bit. It's actually putting on these slides.
Okay, well, that's why we need to do some tests then, isn't it? But it's what you need to do for step one is you must download the slides onto your laptop first. And then if you want to have a test, do it as a test. Do it with Sue or with Janie or with Sarana, because that's the best way to do it. Because if this is one of those things that you just need to Nike tick, because once you've done it once or twice, you're away. But it's like anything new. It's just learning to have the right things in the right place. So the 2 things you need to do are obviously download Zoom. And the second thing you need to do is download the slides and know that you've got them on your laptop. You can do it with a PDF. It just like Sarana said, you'll scroll the images, which just means you're moving them up and down yourself, as opposed to a PowerPoint when you can press a key, which just moves them one by one. But I think, has anybody on here done a one-to-one online using Zoom? Who's Sue? No, Anne? No, Janie? You have, haven't you? Can't hear.
Sorry, no, I haven't. Not. I don't think not
A one-to-one.
We've been doing it for years like this.
Yeah, I thought you asked me if you could use my Zoom to do one the other week. Not this new 10-minute one-to-one. I mean,
a new one, Janie, but just a one-to-one or a BP or something.
Well, yeah, but not through Zoom, I don't think. Sharing the screen. But I can share a screen, no problem, if that's what you mean.
Yeah,
is that what you mean?
How do you normally do your one-to-ones then if you were doing one online?
Yeah, I do that. But I haven't done one-to-ones like that.
Okay.
Recently, I've just been building the relationship first.
Got you. Okay. Well, what I'm trying to say is this: once you've got used to it and you've done it a couple of times, it's so easy. I mean, it's like speaking to someone on the phone, except that you're seeing them and you're showing them the slides at the same time. And also they see you, like we can see each other in our, in these icons. You can see the person, and that's why I prefer it, because you can read somebody's face because you can see them. As opposed to the old-fashioned webinars where you don't see anybody, you just see the slides.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Vanessa, did I not do one? I did one online with you via Zoom, didn't I?
She's frozen.
I'm like, did I? I think I did.
Yeah,
I think we did the BP actually.
I think so. The very first one we did. I can't remember now, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but
Wow.
we did an online presentation through Zoom, didn't we? It was
Yes,
clearly
the answer.
memorable, and I did a great job, guys. Whatever she may tell you,
Oh
don't.
my God, it was ages ago. I can't remember. I don't know what I did last week. Never mind.
Wow, then here is a great opportunity for us all to grab this little ball with the horns and have a go. You know, one of my favorite phrases, as you know, is to Nike tick something, just do it. And I think, you know, now that a one-to-one can be done in 10 minutes, I think for a lot of people that will take the pressure off, because it is simply it's a quick overview to line someone up for listening to a business presentation. So let's get practicing, but we'll go through it in more detail also next week as well. I'm not sure who's hosting next week, but whoever it is, we can work that and do that together. And that leads me very nicely on to, very pleased to hear you've got someone on this one, Anne. Adam runs the Group Dynamics business presentation every Wednesday night, and usually asks 2 people to guest speak with him. So this Wednesday, it's myself and Sarah Harris. And I think Sarah Harris's background is, I think it's management consultancy or something like that, but she's a really good speaker. So hopefully we'll do a very good job for you. And if you haven't watched a BP recently, I would recommend the Group Dynamics one because it's only half an hour. You know, Adam has managed to condense it, but still, I think, make it attractive and interesting. And I think, you know, particularly people are Zoom tired a little bit, so having something that's half an hour, I think, is good. So
I booked the wrong one, I think.
Have you?
Yeah.
Are you going for the 8:30 one?
I booked the 8:30 by mistake.
That's okay. That's fine. The 8:30 one is the company business
Yeah, I've done
presentation,
the
but
wrong
I
one.
actually think this week that's a recording of Adam. So you're still going to get, if you've linked them up to the 8:30 one on Wednesday, that will be a recording that Adam did
Okay.
last month, but that person will think it's live, whereas the Wednesday one at 7:30 is actually live.
I must remember that.
Okay. But that's good, you know, it's all about learning, isn't it? Now, a few of you have mentioned Adam's Power Hour, which happens at 10 o'clock every morning, Monday to Friday, and how it's really helped. I was on this morning, and, you know, I am a big fan of these because we all have busy lives, but it is a time where you can just focus on your forever business. And he talked about it today. He talked about the 7-day plan and the importance of using one. So I have started up a WhatsApp group. I'm calling it the 7-day plan team. The 7-day plan is in your First Steps to Manager. So what I'd like to encourage everyone to do is to get into the habit, either on Sunday night or even first thing on Monday morning, of writing this out, because trust me, it will really help you, particularly if you're busy. And if you're thinking, yeah, but I haven't got enough stuff to fill in all the slots, I would suggest just start with the top left, which is your retail activity. And I know certainly from talking to Angie earlier, with everything she's got going on, I know you want to focus on your 4cc. So I thought, you know, that will be really good for you. Don't worry too much about the other stuff at the moment while you're building in more time for your forever business around the kids and their schools. Whatever you feel you can put into it, I just think it will be such a good habit to write it down on a sheet of paper, or just print loads of 7-day plans out of your booklet. That's what I've done. And then screenshot it and put it into the 7-day plan team, because it works. You know, if ever you look at any of the trainings, if you go back and look at trainings over time, it's what the leaders say time and time again. It's a habit that will help you to build your business. And for those of you that have started the habit of being on 1 or 2 or however many of the power hours you can be on, you are committing to your business, and that's brilliant. And this, I think, is a process that will really help you in line with those power hours. Does that make sense? Yeah? Excellent. Now, you may have noticed I sent an invitation to a test site today. You're not going to hear more about that today, but it's something I'm going to do over the next couple of weeks. So more on that in a little while. Now, one thing that we've mentioned today already, Sarana and Janie mentioned their new customers. The Aloe Lips is, I mean, it's called the Pocket Rocket, the Mighty Mouse. It's the smallest product that we do, isn't it? And you touched on local Facebook groups to message, or local organizations or notice boards. to connect with people. Over the last 5 weeks, in the developments that I live in, we have a Facebook group, and this is something that I have started to build relationships with people through over the last 12 months. But over the last 5 weeks, the lady that runs it, or essentially is the admin on it, and I've been building up to this with her for a while, has started what she calls a Business Wednesday. So if you've got a business, you can promote yourself on the website and what you do. So for the last 3 weeks, I've promoted the C9, I've promoted the hand sanitizer and the aloe lips. Now, I went for the C9 first because it's a big ticket item. Actually, I wish I hadn't. I wish I'd saved that. But for Valentine's Day, I promoted the aloe lips, and I'm going to show you. These are the words that I used, if you can see that. I offered the aloe lips for £2.50. So normally they're £3.7, but I offered them for £2.50. And this is something that I got from the London page from someone who was talking about doing, I think what Mary's doing in your team, Janie. They were inviting customers to a weekly thing. And I just thought, well, I'm going to try this because I wanted it to be relaxed, friendly, but also to include, again, to be more personal around the things that I use the lips for. So I offered it as a Valentine Noble special because as you can see from the top, Noble Park Residence is the name of the Facebook group. And there's 279 members on there. I just shared it's a multi-purpose lip balm, contains aloe and jojoba. Mentioned I like it as a natural lip gloss, also a mini first aid stick. Got a little bit of value in there in terms of aloe. Aloe has natural analgesic and anti-inflammatory properties. And because I know there's lots of mums here, I put can be used as a base for face glitter if you want to sparkle on Valentine's Day, or put it on your little people. So retail price, £3.7, Noble offer, £2.50. And I've lost my little bag. I just put them in a little organza bag. You get 100 of them for £4 on Amazon. So nothing, but with the lips in particular, it makes them look special. And I just popped in a Lindt chocolate, you know, those round ones. Anyway, as you can see at the bottom, I put 5 aloe lips and get a free aloe biocellulose mask, which you might think, are you mad? No, there's method in my madness, so hear me out. So since, what is it, Valentine's Day? I have sold 60 aloe lips. Yeah, I don't even know what that is in case credit. So that's 60 aloe lips at £2.50. And I think 4 people had the biocellulose mask offer. But what it's meant is I've been a busy little bee on the quiet because, you've still got to deliver to people. It's all within walking distance on my development. But where's the cards? I've got cards to show you. This is how many new customers I've got to follow up. I think it's... So some of the people that know me already ordered, but I have got 9 new customers, potential customers to follow up with. 2 of them have already said they would like the sample box. And this is because I simply just arranged to see them, dropped the product off with them, but just had a little bit of a chat. Hi, which part of the development do you live on? Have you ever used aloe before? With one of them, I was only dropping 2 lips off for a young girl. I'd say she's in her 20s, but she was on a Zoom call when I dropped off. So I ended up talking to her mum. Mum had really dry, cracked hands. Very quick chat about Propolis cream. I'm talking like 2 minutes. They're having a sample box. So it got me out of my comfort zone. I think of kind of a lot of my customers come to me, and I thought as an exercise, it's Janie and Sarana mentioned it at the top. It felt good to have a new customer. I think, of course, it feels good to have new customers, but it has to come from you to put it out there. Now, yes, I live on a development, so there's lots of people around me, but I've had to work at developing a relationship through that Facebook group, because a year ago, I didn't really know anybody through the Facebook group. And I think because my friend Matt lives on here, he'd been taught how can I put it, Emma Cooper way. So a lot of people were very anti Forever and aloe. So I had to work to build that relationship up. And I did that through adding some value posts over the last 12 months, and informational ones, sometimes about the products, And then I did do the Wheel of Fortune, which was a giveaway for locals that I coordinated. So I think people have started to like, know and trust me. So my question tonight is, who around you can you get to know so that they like and trust you, so that you could perhaps do something like this in your area? Has anybody got local Facebook groups that are pertinent to their village, their town, their nearest city, or maybe a hobby, particularly for the horsey people?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Or maybe something around golf. I don't know if there's something with the golfers. Anne, Doug, Sue, Janie amongst the farming guys, Sarana amongst the horsey people, Vanessa, Sarah too. I mean, I'm just giving you as an example, because when I sat down this afternoon and looked at how many aloe lips I'd sold, I was like, flipping heck, but it's not how many lips I've sold, it's the new people I've had 2 or 3 minute chats with, which has enabled me now to put them on my proper follow-up cards. Does that make sense?
Yeah, Claire, I just say now, we're talking about the aloe lips. I made some little key rings for the lips to go into.
Oh,
So that you go in. And I was just trying to work out on the top of my head, and I said, I think I've had 6 new customers in the last couple of weeks for lips, because they've bought the key rings with the lips in.
brilliant.
And that's people who haven't bought any Forever products from me before.
Yeah, well, that's super. Do you know what? When I took the little aloe lip, so most of them bought 2 or 3, so they were spending $7.50 or a $5. But they had the little organza bag, the lips, the chocolate, and obviously I gave them a product brochure and my business card. That was the one thing I gave to everybody. But I'd already had their details because they'd connected with me through the Facebook site. So yeah, I don't know if you can see on the right hand side, these were just some comments I thought I'd quickly share. Let me get rid of that. So Elaine Britton has bought lips from me before, but I mean, that was a lovely first comment. I absolutely love this product, Claire, and so do my 3 girls. I don't leave the house without them on. I'd like 5. Boom. Nicola is someone else I've got to know. Carrie Ann Wilson, brand new lady that I met, and she's one of the ones that's going to have something else. But as you can see from the top, there's 36 comments on here. Oh, look, Janie Cotton liked it, but that's because I got Janie Cotton into this group because she liked the idea of doing something like the winner's wheel, where she lives. So I hope that's helpful. I'm really pleased that you've had customers out of it as well, Vanessa. But I suppose my point is sometimes the pocket rocket aloe lips can lead you to big things, and it's a lovely conversation starter, isn't it? Not that one. Aha! Now we have something very exciting happening. Hang on 1 second. Alexa, play. Alexa, volume 9. Hear that?
Madonna.
Alexa, stop. Useless. Yes, that was Madonna singing Holiday. Now, we can't go on holiday this year. We can't go to the Global Rally in Australia, but we can go to the Global Rally at home. So the Global Rally this year is from the 8th to the 10th of April. So it's not that far away. It will be online, so it'll be a big Zoomy type, no, not Zoomy type thing. I'm guessing it will be a special live event that we have a specific link to. On the 8th, I know that they are focusing on information for new people, new FBOs, but for everybody essentially. On the 2nd day, they're focusing on education, and on the 3rd day, celebration. I've already booked my ticket. I did put a link for it in Global Superstars. I think it's $20, which works out about £17 for the 3 days. So less than the cost of a Success Day ticket. But I think what we're going to get from the Global Rally is, well, just some fun and some connection, but most importantly, obviously hear about the new products, etc. So if you would like to book yourself onto that, all you need to do is go onto the link for that. And then just to sum up, another Maya Angelou, because I like her, but I hope you're going to get to like her too. Nothing succeeds like success. Get a little success and then just get a little more. Don't forget that pocket rocket. It can lead you to all sorts of lovely things. Thank you for being with us tonight. Anybody got any quick questions or anything they want to say before I close for the evening?
Thank you, Claire.
Oh, Douglas, you are alive.
Just about.
Just about. We need to catch up. Let's have a. Let's speak tomorrow.
Okay, I'm free. I am free tomorrow, so yell away.
We will do that then. Marvelous, marvelous. Well done, everybody. Well done for getting on the power hours when you can. Love to see some little 7-day plans, even if it's just with retail to start with. Let's get you going on that. Don't forget your pocket rockets and celebrate like Madonna, because we can start to think about holiday soon. For any of you that know my friend Matt, he's already looking at dates. I'm expecting a phone call any minute now to see if I'm free and if my passport is up to date. Okay, thanks everyone. Speak to you very soon.
Thank you.
Thanks, Claire. Bye.